Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to The Spoken, where it's sports, unscripted. I'm your host, Terry Love, and to my left here, we have Lance Whitwell, the original creator of The Spoken since 2010 on Facebook. To my right here, we have Mr. Derek Wims, MoCan AAU coach. Now, let's get right into it. We had the NBA game last night, a good rivalry, one of the few rivalries in the NBA right now. We had the Miami Heat versus the Chicago Bulls last night. Derrick Rose was out with a foot injury, but Luol Deng did play last night. Did he play well? No, but he played last night. So let's go right into it. The Bulls series is tied 2-2. Now, what can we take away from that game? Were you impressed with it? Is this something that you're going to see in the playoffs? You know, it seemed like it was a lot more physical last night than it's been for a while now. So I'm going to start with Derrick. What do you think about that?
It definitely was physical. It definitely had a playoff atmosphere, and it definitely had a playoff feel. The Heat played more physical than the Bulls last night for the first time that I think I've seen in the last 2 years. I think the Heat finally stood up from getting pushed around like they got pushed around the last 2 games by the Bulls without Derrick Rose, right, and came back and showed some pretty toughness last night. What I took away from the game is that really nothing. I mean, these are obviously the 2 best teams in the East, and I think we already knew that. But what I did, one thing that I am saying, LeBron saved that team last night, and I don't think that team is a very good basketball overall team. When I say team, I mean 1 through 10. Right. I don't think they're good, better than the Bulls 1 through 10. I think the Bulls are much better when you go 1 through 10. Everybody knows they got LeBron and Wade, but where's Wade been? I think Wade's checked out. One thing I will say that LeBron sealed the MVP voting last night because he single-handedly saved the Heat, because the Heat actually were stinking up the gym. Right. They were actually stinking up the gym. And I thought LeBron's play was fabulous last night.
Chalmers started off quite well, and then he had another streak later on in the game. So what about you, Lance? How do you feel? What do you take away from that game last night?
I mean, it wasn't a shock. I mean, I knew that was going to happen. I think even when I was tweeting during the game, I said that, you know, I expect this game to be a rough match, and I expect this to be, you know, nothing less than what, you know, most of us expected, which was going to be a slobber knocker. I did take away some things, though. I think that the Heat did. I do agree with what Derek just said. The Heat played tough. They played like they had something to prove last night. Only problem is I don't think they proved enough. I think that they did show they can beat the Bulls at home because they've done it twice this year. But I think that they needed to beat the Bulls away to kind of show that, you know, we can go on the road and win. I think that their record on the road this year was 18-13. And that's just not, I mean, to me, that's not impressive, and I think that's a step down from last year. But last night, I saw, and I'm going to be real with you guys, you guys know that I do support the Heat. I'm a huge LeBron James fan, but I saw the Heat play a little dirty last night. I wasn't very impressed with what James Jones did. There was really no reason why he would do that. I think that was, you just kind of wasted a player. You kind of hurt your team in a way because you gave away some free shots to the Bulls and the free possession. And in the Dwayne Wade situation, I felt like he was kind of reacting out of frustration towards Rip Hamilton, who has been pretty irrelevant for the last 3 years in the NBA. D. Wade should have kind of stepped over that, kind of been above that situation, and not reacted that way, even if Rip Hamilton was throwing it.
What do you think about that?
I think exactly right. I think Wade was not playing well at all, and he hasn't been playing well at all here lately. And if it takes Rip Hamilton, a guy that's been pretty much irrelevant here lately, to get you fired up, then something's wrong.
Right.
I mean,
so was it dirty play, do you believe?
I think it was dirty. I think James Jones was a dirty play, and I think that Wade was a flagrant too, and I thought he should have been ejected too.
So Wade should have been ejected.
Wade should have been ejected.
I agree.
Because that was not a basketball play. If we're playing NFL, that's cool.
And I think there should have been. I think there should be suspensions. Because I think what James Jones did was totally inexcusable. And Dwayne Wade, I'm a big guy about fouls. Hard fouls are fine as long as you're contesting for the ball. I've said that before on this show. And Dwayne Wade and James Jones didn't do that at all. They were going for completely the body. They were going for unnecessary shots, and it cost the team, I think, in a lot of ways.
Okay, well now, what do you think about the LeBron versus Lucas situation? Now, he came off a pick and roll. Lucas didn't see him, going behind, got up, tried to start a fight with LeBron. This is the second time these two had an altercation. Right. After the dunk over Lucas that made news and top 10 highlights on SportsCenter and whatnot. I mean, now, some people believe that LeBron is AKA soft.
Oh, I know. I've been hearing it all day.
Because some believe that he wouldn't have done that to another player, like a Perkins or a Bynum or anything like that, because
John Lucas ain't a player?
They know that he would have. I mean, just,
Yes.
I mean, John Lucas is probably just as tall as LeBron's son is, so I can't take you serious pushing Lucas when he's the height of your son. And I just jumped over this guy about a month ago.
Right.
I can't take you as a tough guy because you pushed Lucas around. I mean, if you would have pushed, Deshaun Stevenson around a little bit more in the finals last year.
Oh, 6'5", Deshaun Stevenson?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I'm saying Lucas, just because you push Lucas and you frown, that don't mean you're a tough guy. I'm not really impressed with LeBron being a tough guy.
I don't think LeBron's a tough guy.
Tough guy, no.
No, LeBron's. I don't believe they're a tough guy. I mean, what are we talking about? Like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
This is what I'm saying.
No, toughness.
Listen,
you can be tough in basketball without being Arnold Schwarzenegger.
John Lucas was embarrassed last night, and he went at LeBron James trying to be a little tough guy, and he got checked. LeBron James didn't do anything to initiate contact with those guys. John Lucas, if John Lucas would never ran at him, that situation would have never happened. John Lucas ran and got in LeBron's chest level because he can't get in his face, it's too short. And LeBron simply shoved him off and said, "Hey, don't do that to me. Don't do that."
For example,
I don't understand how that's wrong.
Would he have shoved Kobe Bryant?
No.
Would he have shoved?
How do you know that?
No, he wouldn't have shoved Kobe Bryant because there's been a lot of times where I see. There's been a lot of times where I see guys shove LeBron and he does this. Doesn't want any part of any action. But soon as
white flag.
Yeah, but soon as a 4'11" guy runs up on you, you want to shove the guy way across the last night.
This isn't the first time we've seen LeBron do this. LeBron James has done this before. There's
no film nowhere showing LeBron pushing anybody.
No, it isn't about the push. It's about the fact he doesn't always back away. He does. You gotta understand something. Superstars, at least they should do this. They should keep their cool because their teams need them on the court more than they need them getting technicals. We just got to talk about Dwayne Wade. What he did was inexcusable. So all of a sudden, LeBron James keeping his cool the wrong way.
No.
We just agreed that Dwayne Wade did the wrong
No, but
thing.
I'm just saying. But we're talking about tough guys. I'm just saying it was a few years back where his mom had to come out.
Here's my thing. I don't care. Here's my thing. I don't care.
His mom came out.
I don't care. No. And what did he do? He told his mom to sit down.
Well,
he had to. He's on camera.
Kevin Garnett has built his career on being tough and being a physical guy who's loud, who's physical, and he will back it up. So if LeBron's going to do that, I can see him doing it to somebody who could be his equal per se, not somebody like I said 4'11".
He's 4'11".
There is nobody that's LeBron's equal.
No, he's 4'11". He's just a little bit taller than my 3-month-old son.
All right, the next topic here is I know a few days ago on Twitter and I believe on Facebook you made a comment that said that you believe that LeBron James is not better than Magic.
Let's clear that up, yes.
But should we say as good or just as good as Magic Pass?
I tried to explain it as best as I could on the Spoken's Facebook.
Well, explain right here.
Well, and I'm going to do that. I never did say that I think that LeBron James is a better passer than Magic Johnson. If you look at their numbers, Magic Johnson 906 games over a 13-year season, or 13-year career, I should say, had over 10,000 assists, 11.2 a game. LeBron James plays small forward, a position that is not consisted of being good passers, more than likely. Because LeBron James, that's what kind of stands him out, is he's a great passer as long as a scorer. In 680 plus games, LeBron James has over 4,700 assists in his career at a position that isn't meant to be a passer. Magic Johnson played point guard most of his career with guys that are Hall of Fame names. You can talk about James Worthy. You can talk about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, the greatest scorer of all time. It helps his numbers a little bit.
We made that comment. Are you referring to the numbers? Or are you referring to the style of
the effectiveness? The effectiveness, because obviously, if you look at Magic Johnson's numbers, they're better by even averages and totals. Obviously, I'm not debating whether he had better numbers as far as passing is concerned. But if you look at LeBron James in his first 7 years of his career, he had guys that nobody even knows most of the time, and he was still averaging 7 assists a game because his passes were effective finding the open man. I think his effectiveness was just as good. This is a shocker.
Guys, I thought it was the most ridiculous thing that I've heard in the last 15 years. And I had to suspend myself from talking sports with Lance for 24 hours due to that comment. It was ridiculous. And Magic Johnson should personally sue you for defamation of character.
Yeah, it'd be interesting
for
to hear from
you to go out here. There's no way. Nobody's going to buy that LeBron James is nowhere near in the same sentence as passer.
Nowhere near.
No. Just because you throw one no look on SportsCenter and make top 10 doesn't mean you're.
I never said he makes a sexier pass. I said his effectiveness as far as where the ball goes.
But who has ever in the history of basketball compared LeBron James' ability to pass a ball?
I know, that's why it sounds crazy, but I'm bringing out some facts.
It is crazy. It don't sound crazy. It is crazy to even think that they're in the same sense. Magic Johnson is named Magic for a reason.
Right.
LeBron's called the king for a reason.
Yeah, but the king of what? First of all,
what's his throne? Where's
I don't know. He's about to be the third three-time MVP. There's been what 5 players in NBA history that's done that?
he's the only king that I know personally that doesn't own any jewelry.
Okay, we're gonna delve into that.
We're not gonna
because
do
we
it.
can put Kobe Bryant on the
We're not
Cavaliers
gonna
for
do it.
7
We're
seasons and
just
see where that goes. How many rings he gonna have then?
If I had a fifth, I'd be drunk. We're not talking about if. We're talking about true facts here. LeBron was with Cleveland and Kobe. You can't control that. That is what it is.
Right.
And the fact of the point is that no way
It's all where you're
nobody. Please, if you have this guy's Twitter handle or Facebook or spoken, please talk to this guy. Talk some sense into this guy. It is ludicrous to even compare these two.
You're not understand what I'm saying. I'm not saying that Magic Johnson is lower as a passer as LeBron James is a better passer. I never said that. I'm saying his effectiveness, where he passes the ball, how much does he pass the ball, where he finds the open man, the choices he makes. In my opinion, is just as good as what Magic Johnson did.
So Mark Jackson has more career assists than Magic Johnson.
What I'm saying is this: look at LeBron James. This season alone, LeBron James averages more assists than 14 point guards in the league. Not to mention this: LeBron James has more career assists than Chris Paul, Tony Parker, and Darren Williams. So what I'm saying is his effectiveness obviously is high, seeing he was always the best player of his team. He never had Hall of Famers in the Cavaliers. He has one since he's been with the Heat for 2 years now, and one of them's missed 15 games. Or that one missed 15 games.
He's got to pass to somebody because he's not going to take any shots.
But hear me out. He's passing to guys.
He's not going to take any shots.
Magic Johnson was passing to Hall of Famers his entire career. Let me ask you this. If LeBron James played point guard for 9 seasons, like he's played 9 seasons in the NBA, you're going to tell me you couldn't average 11 assists a game?
But what I'm saying is, I predict LeBron James to go down with 1 million assists because he's not going to take any shots. So he's just going to be.
But he averages 8 more points a game than Magic Johnson.
He might break every assist record in the history of basketball because we know down the stretch he's not taking no shots.
Ladies and gentlemen,
if I was on the Heat, I could get the game-winning pass from LeBron. And I've never took a shot in an NBA game.
That's very interesting. I'll let you guys at home decide about that.
Great teammate.
Is LeBron James have the same effectiveness as